All right, as folks are coming in, welcome to the Counselor Advocacy for the Jewish University Experience Jewish Student Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event, and we have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each of the schools will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but they will be around for the entire session to answer questions. My name's Monica, and I'll be your facilitator. And I just wanted to get started with a few housekeeping items. Keep in mind your camera and microphone are off so the presenters cannot see or hear you, but please make sure to take advantage of the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time throughout the night. This is just one of many different sessions happening tonight, so please make sure to check out the full schedule on the website. And this presentation, along with the others, is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Jewish Student Fair. And I would now like to turn it over to our first presenter, the University of Delaware.
Hello, everybody. Thanks, Monica. Hi, everybody. Laura Travis, admissions counselor at Delaware. And little quick overview about Delaware. Here we are on a map. You can see we're about halfway between New York City and Washington, D.C. So on a good driving day, New York's about 2.5 hours north, D.C. about 2 hours south, Baltimore about 1 hour and 15 minutes, and Philadelphia is 45 minutes north. We are right off I-95. There's also an Amtrak station right on campus. And campus, suburban setting, a lot of green space, brick buildings, and it's all walkable. So we've got about 18,000 undergraduate students. It's considered a mid-sized university, big enough where you're going to have a lot of different options, but also small enough that it really is a small community, sense of community there. And we have Main Street as one of the most popular features of campus. It runs directly through campus, 70 different stores and restaurants for you. So with that, anything that you might need on Main Street, there's lots of different cuisine options. There's places to get your hair cut, places to go shopping, movie theaters, just all sorts of things to do. So our campus is one that if you do not want to have a car any of your 4 years, you do not need one to get around. But if you did want to have one, you could have it as early as freshman year. About 400 different clubs to consider being a part of. One of the most popular is training service dogs. That's the picture seen here. And really, you're coming to college for the academics. And there are 150 majors to choose from, over 100 minors, and 50 accelerated master's degree programs. This tool on our website called Major Finder, incredibly helpful because you can learn about any major in about 30 seconds. And if you like the major, you can, there'll be links so you can spend more time on it. Honors College. So if you're somebody that's taking a lot of honors and APs, please consider the Honors College. Class sizes are going to be a little bit smaller. Our average class size is about 35 students. In your honors classes, it's going to be a little bit smaller than that. And you're going to be challenged. And all you need to do to be considered for honors is check the box on the application that says, I'm interested in honors. That's it. Nothing else is needed. Study abroad, extremely popular at Delaware. And our program dates back to 1923, so well connected in 40 different countries that span over 6 different continents. And like most universities, you can study abroad in fall or spring. At Delaware, we have a very extended winter session option for you, 5.5 weeks. Students like to study abroad then because you're experiencing the culture, but you're not missing an entire fall or spring. And if you don't want to study abroad during winter session, you can also choose to take classes. So most students take up to 2 classes, and that way you can pick up a lot of extra credits. So if you want a double major, if you want a minor, double or triple minor, you can do that and likely still graduate in 4 years. We have a World Scholars program that's even more in-depth. So if you'd like to check that out, check out the World Scholars page. And we've got some Scholars and Fellows programs available to you. The application process, your guidance counselors are going to help you through that, and I'm happy to help as well. But at this point, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Laura Klatskin, who represents Hillel, and she's going to talk more about Jewish life on campus. So Laura, take it away.
Thank you. So I will talk a little bit about Hillel and Jewish life on campus. We have a very strong Jewish community. And I will just kind of jump through a few things. This is our Freshman Fest program. You get to move into campus early. You get to meet lots of different students, all freshmen, as well as learning about the campus from upperclassmen. They'll walk you directly to where your classes are. It's a great opportunity to be on campus prior to anybody else. But Hillel really is a warm and welcoming Jewish community. The Jewish student population at UD is approximately 13%. A lot of that 13% does participate in Hillel. We have a lot of different programs and services, which I'll just kind of quickly run through. The freshman programming is Freshman Fest, which is what I was just sharing. It's an opportunity to move in early and meet people. Impact is some small group programs throughout the whole fall semester, as well as coffee conversations between staff and other students. We have many, many, many daily. A couple pictures. We celebrate all Jewish holidays. We do social justice programs, including Challah for Hunger. We have a matzo ball soup hotline. So when you are not feeling well, we have matzo ball soup delivered right to your door. And we also participate in U Dance, which is part of University of Delaware. We also offer internships, cohorts, and leadership. We have over 100 interns and leaders a year. You get class credits, and there we have 4 different RSOs, the registered student organizations that are part of Hillel. So there's a lot of different opportunities to engage with UD through Hillel. We also are the #1 birthright provider for the whole country. So if anybody is interested in going to Birthright Israel, it is a good opportunity to come through us. We also have Blue Hens for Israel and Onward Israel, which is a opportunity to stay longer in Israel and do internships and get credits for it, as well as Israel Fest, which is on campus and very highly participatory. So that's kind of what we do as far as Israel and Shabbat and holiday programs. We do all holiday programs right on campus, so you do not need to go home unless you want to, but we do Shabbat every single Friday night. We have everything from about 100 students up to like 250 students every single weekend, so you're welcome to come and have a free meal with us and make some new friends. And we hopefully are your home away from home, free coffee, one-on-one support, free printing, which is a big one, and just kind of come and hang out. And I will kind of end with that. We are actually in the process of building a brand new Hillel. So during your time here, we hope to break ground next winter, and you'll have a beautiful new Hillel home while you are here. And that is UD Hillel.
Thank you very much. Next up, we have the University of Vermont. And so I'm actually going to assist with the screen share here.
Awesome. Well, hi, everyone. So my name is Lindsay Siegel. I she, her pronouns, and I am the assistant director at UVM Hillel. And I'm also joined by Chris Perlago, who's the associate director of admissions. And he will be answering any of the questions in the chat box if you have specifically about UVM. I am going to focus predominantly on Jewish life at UVM. I do have my first slide a little bit about University of Vermont. So we'll move. Here you can see this is UVM Hillel's building, which is at the center of campus. And we just had graduation this past week, and graduation was overlooking Hillel. Beautiful. So we're going to go on the next slide. And UVM estimated about 10,000 under the different statistics here. We have about over 100 majors and 35 accelerated master degree programs. And then here are some of the different schools and colleges that make up UVM. And so once again, you can find all this information on UVM's website. And I also will be sending out more information about UVM to anyone who is interested. But to go on to a little bit about Jewish life on campus. So out of those 10,000 students, we estimate that about 25% of UVM students identify as Jewish and connect in some way to Hillel on campus. We also have kosher dining on campus through the dining hall system that you can use your meal plan with, hot meals for dinner throughout the week, as well as prepackaged meals found in the marketplaces across campus. And this is also who caters all of our events and dinners. We also have the opportunity to minor in Jewish studies or Holocaust studies on campus, and you also have the opportunity to learn Hebrew. So a little bit about Jewish life at Hillel and what we offer. We offer a variety of opportunities, and for us, there's not one way, and it's Hillel's mission and there's not one way to be Jewish. So we want to make sure that every student has a connection to their Jewish identity, and we're going to help make that happen. And we want to be students home away from home when they step foot on campus. We want them to feel like they have a warm, welcoming community that's there for them throughout their entire 4 years. And we really pride ourselves on connecting with first years prior to them even coming to campus. So we do things throughout the summer virtually to connect first years with other first years for roommates, moving up to campus, doing some of the pre-orientation programs together. And that way they have a pre-community before coming to campus. We do Shabbats every week. And we also have a variety of ways to celebrate Shabbat, from Shabbat at Hillel to also opportunities where you can celebrate Shabbat in your residence halls and on your dorm, in your apartments once you are a junior or senior. We offer all of the different Passover, high holidays and Passover Seders and everything you need so that you have Jewish community and what you are used to practicing at home at Hillel. We also have a ton of leadership opportunities, over 12 tracks of opportunities for students to go from social justice, Shabbat. We have, as you can see here, in the picture is a farm where we have students learning about Judaism and agriculture and working with the food systems, majors and minors and professors to learn about the connections between agriculture and Judaism. And this summer, we'll have 10 students by the time they are finished with this internship program, ready to go work on farms and work in the agricultural field beyond completion of the internship. And all of that food will be used in our Shabbat programming following this coming semester. We also have learning opportunities and cohort experiences where you really get the opportunity to connect in small group experiences all semester with students, where we hear all the time that students met their best friends, met the people that they go to the dining halls with and hung out with because of the learning fellowships we offer. And then lastly, we do a lot around Israel. In terms of traveling to Israel, which is currently where I am calling in from with our birthright trip, where we have 30 UVM students visiting and exploring Israel together as a community. And they're all going to get to come back and have that shared experience, as well as opportunities to learn and educate more about Israel, and other opportunities for not even just Jewish students, for Jewish students and non-Jewish students to come to Israel together and learn. So that's, in a very quick framing, all about UVM Hillel, and I'm happy to, you'll have my contact information to answer any questions you may have, and it's really nice to be here with everyone.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have CUNY Queens College. Oh, I think you might be muted.
Sorry, they said somebody might do that. It was me. Sorry about that. So Queens College is part of the City University of New York, and we are located right in the heart of Queens in Kew Gardens Hills. Our school offers 4-year degrees in Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees. We have more than 170 undergraduate and graduate programs. Okay, so Queens College, we actually are leaders in education. Many of our students come to Queens College to be teachers, and we have graduated more teachers, principals, and guidance counselors for the New York City public school system than any other school in the metropolitan area. We are also leaders in accounting and business. We have very popular programs in those. We're the third largest number of accounting and business students in New York State. We are one of the most affordable colleges in the country. Over 90% of our students who enter as freshmen graduate within 4 years without taking out federal or state loans. All right, and about our students. Queens College is located in the heart of Queens. We are a suburban style campus though, and we have roughly 16,000 undergraduate students right now. About a fourth of those students identify as Jewish. To break that down, about 1,000 of our students at Queens College identify as Orthodox Jewish, which is actually the second largest community in the country of Orthodox Jewish students. 2,500 identify as conservative or reform, 1,000 as Bukharian, and 350 of our students identify as Persian Jewish. There is our campus. We have a beautiful 80-acre campus, like I said earlier, right in the middle of Queens in Kew Garden Hills. We're the most diverse region in the US. We have parking available on campus, even though we are in New York City. We also have a shuttle bus, and the shuttle bus will take you into Manhattan, or it will take you to the train in Jamaica, which can take you to Long Island if you live out there. All right, so honors programs at Queens College. There's a lot of honors programs that Queens College has to offer, but the one you're probably most interested in, and the one I'll speak about, is the Macaulay's Honors College. So Macaulay is the CUNY honors school, and Macaulay offers a full tuition scholarship. There's an opportunities fund for students to do all type of experiences around New York City. Everyone gets their own free laptop when they're a Macaulay student. They also get their own personal advisor. So Macaulay is a great program to be in if you can get in. To be eligible for the free tuition scholarship, though, you need to be a New York State resident. All right, but it's very competitive, wonderful program, though, if you are interested in Macaulay Honors College. All right, so Jewish life at Queens College. We have a great thriving Hillel. It's been renovated recently, and there's so many things that go on at the Hillel, from social events to religious ceremonies. The Hillel works to create meaningful Jewish experiences and encourage students to make their own enduring commitment to Jewish life and to Israel as well. There's daily prayer services. You have Hanukkah communal candle lighting, Israel Independence Day. They do Shavuot all night learning. There's a lot of things going on at our Hillel, as you see with these pictures here. We also have our own Tizmaret, which is a top-ranked a cappella group, and that's a picture of some of the Tizmaret group right there. We're really proud of them. There's weekly free hour events that are planned, and also we host services every Shabbat during the semester. All right, so also with Jewish life, we are right around the corner from Main Street, so there's a lot of great kosher eateries in the area that students like to walk over to because it's right around the corner. There's also a lot of great kosher eateries, though, right on campus here at Queens. All right, gap year is definitely something you might be interested in doing. A lot of our students do gap year. If you go to Israel, we can offer you up to 18 college credits if you do seminary study. If you go to an accredited college, though, like Bar-Ilan or Miklallah or Hebrew University, we can offer you up to 36 college credits when you return to Queens College. The QC value, we are really affordable. Right now, I know it says a tuition 2019 to 2020, but it has not changed. Our yearly tuition is $6,930 for the year. If you're out of state, it's a little more, it's $18,600. We do have residents for living on campus, about 12 to 15,000 for our residence hall. All right, priority deadlines for the CUNY application, February 1st. We'd like to have the application in by. After that, if you apply after February, it's on a rolling basis. And for the Macaulay Honors College, it's a separate application. You have December 8th at 6 p.m. That is the deadline right now, and they're very strict about it. So make sure to have that Macaulay application in by December 8th. And that is all from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, we have William and Mary.
Thanks. Let me make sure that I'm able to share this real quick. All right, so a little bit about William & Mary. William & Mary is a mid-sized research institute in Williamsburg, Virginia. So if you look at the map on the lower right side of your page, you can see where we are in Virginia. We're about an hour or so away from Norfolk or Virginia Beach, an hour away from Richmond, about 2.5 hours from Washington, D.C. And that all plays into some of the different programs that we have on campus, such as a study away center in Washington, D.C. We're about 6,300 undergraduate students. So on the smaller side, which means we have kind of the feel of a small liberal arts institution, close student professor relationships with about a 13-to-1 student faculty ratio, smaller class sizes, a lot of different majors and minors available, as well as plenty of opportunities for students to get involved in research. On the other hand, since we are a public institution, we have the resources of a large research institution. So we do have plenty of funding prioritized for undergraduate students. We have a fantastic internship program, as well as a career center that will help students find connections within the William & Mary community. We also have Division I athletics, if that's something that you're really interested in. And we also have over 450 different clubs and organizations on campus. We have over 100 different majors, minors, and other programs, and students are able to declare any of those once they're about in their second year. Within those over 100 different majors, minors, and programs, we do have religious studies and a minor in Judaic studies. Now, as for campus life, we have over 500 different clubs and organizations. About 30% are cultural in focus. That includes our Hillel program at William & Mary. I encourage you to look at WM Hillel on Instagram to see all of the different programs that they put on through the year. But generally, you can count on them to have programs for different religious observances. We also have weekly meals. We have study spaces available for students at our Shankman Jewish Center. And we also have a kosher kitchen available for students. About 10% of our undergraduate population identifies as Jewish and are involved with the Hillel at William & Mary. Now, beyond that, we have plenty of community service. We're number 7 most engaged in community service. We also have other clubs and organizations. So whether you're looking for something interest-based, something identity-based, Greek life, religious life, whatever, there's probably something there to suit your interests. We do have Division I athletics. We have 45 different clubs, sports. We have intramurals. And then we do have a new Fine and Performing Arts Center opening in 2022. So hopefully pretty soon, if you are interested in pursuing the arts while at William & Mary. We are ranked number 4 for happiest students. So students at William & Mary generally think they have a pretty good quality of life here. And I think that is due in part to the community that you would find here. I encourage you to contact us and check out what we have as in terms of summer visit opportunities. So if you want to email admission@wm.edu to answer any of your questions, you're welcome to do that. But we also have some different visit opportunities throughout the summer. So we have our information session and tour. Those are available on weekdays at 10 and 2:30. We also have a number of virtual information sessions throughout the summer, because I know that about 6 minutes isn't really enough to cover everything that you want to know about William & Mary, but those will go into the school and the application process a little bit more in depth. Also, if you are a rising senior, we do have senior interviews that happen throughout the summer and into the fall of your senior year, and that's a part of the application that you're welcome to opt into. I just recommend that if you are interested in interviewing, that you get that registration done sooner rather than later. Some important dates and deadlines. We are an early decision school, so students who are applying early decision will either apply November 1st or January 1st for either of our early decision dates. Those are exactly the same. They're just 2 different times in the year. We also have regular decisions, so that is January 1st. You'll hear back later in the spring, typically by April 1st, and you have until May 1st to make that final decision. All of our students are automatically considered for Merit Scholars programs with their applications, so there's nothing that you have to do additional, no certain deadline that you have to apply by, but those are automatically considered by our admissions staff. My name is Megan Madler, so if you do have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly or again to admission@wm.edu.
Thank you. And just a reminder, we've had some folks already submit some Q&A questions down through the Q&A button. So feel free to take advantage of that, whether it's for a specific college or about the college process in general. Feel free to submit some questions for our facilitators. Next up, we have the University of California, Santa Barbara.
There you go. Hello, everyone. My name is Noelle. I'm a freshman admissions counselor here at UCSB. Bear with me. This is going to be very quick, so just try and bear with me. But if you happen to have any questions after the presentation, feel free to email us at ucsbforme@sa.ucsb.edu, and that'll get you directly connected to your admissions counselor. That email will be on the last slide, so you'll be able to see that once again. But let's go ahead and get started. So UCSB is a research university that is actually a part of the larger University of California system. We are a prestigious university that is known for our production of new knowledge and new work. Students get to learn from professors who are truly experts in their field. And in fact, we are home to 6 Nobel laureate professors, a number that we are very proud of. Our campus has actually been ranked as the 5th best public university in the entire country, demonstrating that we prioritize and take pride in our academic accomplishments. But what really distinguishes us as a campus, besides our campus ranking, is our Oceanside location. So UCSB is located on the coastline, making it super easy for our students to relax on the sand at the beach in between classes and watch a beautiful beach sunset after a long day of school. We are also ranked as the number one public university for happiest students in California, and I think that is because of our academic and social balance that we offer to our students. We actually offer students several resources so that they can succeed academically and professionally. So we offer them free tutoring in almost all academic subjects through our program called CLAS, and we also have EOP, which is for first-generation income-eligible students. So when it comes to majors, UCSB has 90 different majors, and they're all spread across 3 colleges, which are the College of Letters and Science, the College of Engineering, and the College of Creative Studies. And the way you can think of these colleges is as different branches within UCSB. So we have UCSB, and then we have the 3 different colleges. So the first one is the College of Letters and Science, and the College of Letters and Science is actually our largest college here at UCSB, with about 80 different majors that range from humanities to social sciences to fine arts. And the best thing about the College of Letters and Science is that if you're not entirely sure what you want to major in, this college does offer an undeclared options for students to explore different subject areas throughout their time at UCSB. We also have the College of Engineering, which has 5 different majors of engineering, which is chemical, computer, electrical, and mechanical engineering, as well as computer science. So the College of Engineering is relatively small, with about 1,500 students across the college, and the student to faculty ratio is 10:1, which allows our students to really get to know their professors and their classmates very well, so allowing them to network and find several career opportunities. Lastly, we have our College of Creative Studies, and this college is essentially for students who are wanting to create new knowledge and new work, and that really want to hone in on their interests. So within this college, students actually have a faculty member as their mentor, and they will complete research before graduation. All right, UCSB is more than just a school to our students, though. It's also a home. UCSB is a residential campus, which means that over 80% of students live either on or within a mile of campus. And this creates a feeling that students don't just go to school here, but that they actually live here. And because it is a residential campus, this means that your friends will likely live very close to you, and you'll be able to walk to them. And you'll also be able to walk to the library to study. Some other ways that students can get involved on campus is through organizations. We actually have more than 600 organizations on campus, and these organizations range from religious, cultural, academic, and social, like the Shabbat at UCSB that serves as a home away from home for Jewish students at UCSB. And speaking of our Jewish student population, UCSB has the highest Jewish student population in the entire UC system. We have about 21% of the Jewish student population. And just recently, there was actually a large gathering of over 500 students who got together to celebrate and would connect with their other Jewish peers. So as you might notice, there's definitely lots of opportunities for students to receive support, to get to network, to get to know other students that have similar backgrounds, and some other extracurricular activities that UCSB offers is sports. We have three different levels for sports. We have the NCAA level, the club sports, and the intramural sports. And we also offer the recreation center where our students can go work out and even do the rock climbing wall. All right, so that's all for today's mini presentation. Listed on the screen are a few resources that may be useful for you. So on there, you can see the financial aid website where you can access and get an idea of what the cost of attendance would be like. You can also see the majors webpage where you can go ahead and take a look and see if the major that you're interested in is offered at UCSB, and also the UC application website where you can find more information in regards to the UC application, important deadlines, the admissions process, and those eligibility requirements. We also have our YouTube page, which I definitely encourage you all to check out, as there's different tutorial videos on there, and those will be actually updated pretty soon. So definitely check that out. And like I said previously, if you happen to have any questions, go ahead and reach out to us to the email on the screen, which is ucsbforme@sa.ucsb.edu. And this email address will actually get you directly connected to your admissions counselor. So if you have any questions, feel free to email us, and also go ahead and explore the admissions webpage. On there, you'll be able to find virtual webinars as well as virtual tours if you're wanting to do a virtual tour, or if you're even wanting to do an in-person tour. But that is all for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And if everyone wouldn't mind dropping your email address in the chat before I forget, in case folks want to follow up with you after the session, please go ahead and do that. Next up, we have Princeton University.
All right, can everyone hear me? Get right into it. So first, thank you all so much for your time this evening. I'm really excited to be presenting. My name is Gian Zabolerio, and I'm proud to represent Princeton University. So just for Princeton at a glance, we are primarily an undergraduate focused institution. So we have 5,300 undergrads to 2,900 students. So just about double the amount of undergrad to grad students. And of course, that's really important when we start talking about building meaningful relationships with professors, earning opportunities for teaching assistant fellowships or study abroad opportunities, so on and so forth. The majority of the resources that are on campus go towards the undergrad students. In total, Princeton hosts around 8,200 students on campus, with more than 3.2 million in its endowment to be invested in each student. So this is a very well-resourced school that cares deeply about students' engagement academically, extracurricular-wise, study abroad opportunities. So really, if there is an idea that you have, the university will be sure to support it. We have the smallest, so the lowest student to faculty ratio of 5:1. Again, really trying to make those organic relationships with professors available. 100% of the classes that are offered on campus for undergrad students are taught by faculty members. Faculty members are hired first and foremost to teach undergrad students. In fact, one of the Nobel Prize winners for physics actually teaches an intro to physics level course. So there's just a lot of interaction between the professors and the students. In terms of the degrees and departments, we have around 30 majors and then 55 interdisciplinary minors. In Princeton, we call them concentrations, and then as majors, and then we have certificates, which is what we call our interdisciplinary minors. There is a lot of research happening on campus. We are a liberal arts institution with a research and we're also a research institution as well. Every single one of our students must complete a senior thesis, which is a large-scale work of original research. At other institutions, a senior thesis project might only be for the honors program or a certain department. At Princeton, every single student was required to create a senior thesis. That way, they have this opportunity even before they get to grad school. So it takes on so many different forms. If you're studying engineering, maybe that means you create a car or a robot, or you're studying music and you create the music score for the school play. Or maybe you're an English major and you write a book of poetry. Or maybe you're studying in the School of Public and International Affairs and you do a policy task force, a proposal that you'll propose on the Senate floor, right? So I'm mentioning all of these examples because they're really great show forths of the level of creativity and ownership that students have when it comes to their senior thesis project. It's very much a big part of the academic experience here at Princeton. And then lastly, we're a very residential college. 96% of students live on campus, housing guaranteed all 4 years. And we have 8 residential colleges that students get really excited about. Consider it like Hogwarts, right, where you're randomly assigned one of the 8 colleges. The last big thing here before I move into Jewish student life is that we are hands down the most generous financial aid program in the country. We offer $62,200, that's the average annual grant. That was for the class of 2025. 83% of students graduate debt-free, which is bonkers to me. That's my favorite stat, just because it really shows the level of investment that the university has in its students. And the best part about this, this financial aid program is that it's all in the form of grants, not loans. Because grants, that's free money, right? That's money that you don't have to pay back. That's money that doesn't accrue interest the way loans do. Our financial aid program, we don't have any merit scholarships. We don't have any athletic scholarships because all of our money is invested in the financial aid program. So we want to make sure that the university is doing its part in making sure that it's accessible and inclusive and equitable, right? When you hear those terms, you hear there's been a lot of conversation, right, about how universities can do a better job in that space. Well, the university commits to that work by making sure that there's no barriers for students that do get in to decide not to go because they can't afford it. The best part about this is that this comprehensive financial aid program that I'm sharing, it is accessible for all students, regardless of your status. So regardless if you are a US citizen, an international student, DACA, undocumented, whatever your case may be, the same comprehensive financial aid program applies. We're only one of 5 schools in the nation that do that. And so again, it's really a commitment to making sure that any student can apply and can afford Princeton. Something else I didn't mention is, so 83% graduate debt-free. So of the 17% that do incur debt, the average is around $9,000, which is still well below the national average. So the student experience, it's small enough, large enough. It's around 450 students. So it's around 10% of the student body. It's small enough that you get to know really well the students that are in the Jewish communities, but it's also large enough that there's still a lot going on campus. And we have the Center for Jewish Life, and around 86% of Jewish students engage in the CJL. They also offer 10-week learning fellowships every year. Speeding through this because I know I'm running out of time. We have around 250 students, both Jewish and non-Jewish students, that attend Shabbat dinners on Friday. And the university president is also Jewish, so he actually attends Shabbat dinner as well. And then we have some student organizations here, around 17, and many of them relate to intersectional identities. So you see J Asians, Jewish Latinx student groups. And the last piece, so I could talk more about that during the workshop, but of course we also have student blogs, and we have a Meet Princeton podcast as well to learn more. Thank you.
Thank you. If all of our presenters want to go ahead and pop back onto your cameras, I think we have time for a roundtable question. And so how this will work is I'll ask the question, and if you could just answer it in the same order that you presented in, that would be wonderful. And our first question is, what is one thing you want students to remember about your school?
Okay, so Laura Travis, University of Delaware, going first. I guess the one thing that we would want people to remember is being a mid-sized university, big enough, but also small enough. So big enough where we can offer lots of different academic opportunities. We're a tier 1 research university, lots of different social opportunities, but then it's also truly has a small campus feel.
I can go next, or does the other person from University of Delaware want to go? Okay. So I would also say similarly to what was just said, I think UVM, and I'm speaking specifically on Hillel because I don't have the admissions background, but there's something for everyone. And if you don't see something expressed on our website or mentioned in the presentation, I promise you there's a student or that is also interested in what you're interested in. And for us, we want to help align the academic interests and your Jewish identity. And so that's really what we pride ourselves on. And we're always constantly creating opportunities for students.
Hi, I guess I will say for Queens College that although we are a large urban college and part of a large university system, that our campus is very large, green, and very suburban feeling. And that we have, I'll reiterate from earlier, we have a lot of great Jewish eateries in and around the Kew Gardens Hills area. Thank you.
I think something for students to know is just William & Mary is a good place to go if you want to make an impact. We have so many opportunities for students, so many opportunities for leadership, and students who graduate from William & Mary go on to do amazing things, whether that's going into government, going into the Peace Corps, going into nonprofits. It's really a place where you can make the connections to have a big impact.
I would say one thing that UCSB truly prides itself in is the support. We truly try and support our students in all aspects, whether that be social, academics, professional. And so that is a large part as to why our students graduate with research and internships under their belt. So one word to really describe a key takeaway from UCSB would be support.
The thing to remember is that we have a very, very active alumni network. We just had reunions this past weekend where 22,000 people came back for reunion weekend. It's a 3-day plus affair. In normal times, the highest ever recorded was 26,000 alum. And that's really remarkable if you think about it, because the university is on the smaller side, right? We're not a state institution. This is a private institution. Like, it's a smaller school, but the fact that 26,000 alum come back really is a testament to how engaged the community is, how involved the alumni network is, and how excited it is. When you join the Princeton community, you're joining for a lifetime, a lifelong relationship with the university. So students love leaning into the alumni network and being able to, have fun with the university beyond their 4 years.
Great. Well, thank you so much to everyone for joining us tonight. When the attendees close the window, there will be a link to a very brief survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback you're able to provide. We encourage you to check back online for the schedule and sign up for more sessions. And I'm going to drop the link to tonight's recordings right there in the chat, so you can check the session out if you'd like to watch it again, or if you'd like to watch other sessions for tonight, feel free. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.